can hear myself. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It seems like everything is here. I just need to talk louder. I don't know. Maybe I should turn this up. Turn it up. Up some more. Trying to put this in the way that I can. Okay. So, I want to get into a reading right now. Call to do reading with Martha. And then I'm like, okay. You create space on my phone. So I want to do this. So, I want to start with Angel. Angel answer. Heal the energy of this room. Heal the energy of the world. Heal the energy of the earth. Heal the energy of our hearts. Okay. I want to take a look at this because let's see. What do we need to know about this Stellium Aquarius? What do we need to know about this Uranus square to come out of the womb? It says abundance, helpful people. And then yes at the bottom, they just come out. I said they just come out of nowhere, and I got the answer is yes. So they just come out of nowhere. All right, there's a lot of purple feathers. It's a dove. Okay, so I'm gonna follow this and pick up these. Put these up here in the box. Let me look at these two. Is there a dove in here? This is a baby, which so that means like new beginnings. They got a sword, a cup, a scepter. Those are the elements. Okay, their hand is up too. They got a book. So they got all the elements. And the light on their heads is enlightenment. All right, and then we got the rainbow here on both sides. And then we have the kundalini, the two snakes with abundance. Okay, and there's gold coins in here. So if you're investing in gold, you're good to go. All right. So what message does, what message are we getting from the doves right now? The black doves. What messages we got from black doves? Defense is the card that came out. Okay, defense. A good defense is an offense, or is it a good offense makes a good defense? Rage at the bottom. Okay, this, it looks like fire, but there is a snake. I think this is a bird. I'm gonna look at the card in a book. Okay, so let's go to, let's gotta find rage. Rage, okay, rage. Yeah, room, which is, it looks like fire. Yeah, eternal flames commemorate the honorable. The dishonorable are commemorated by the void. The chimera was a fire-breathing female monster with Greek mythology, with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. The Romans also represented the creature in their art as the most terrifying of beasts. Though her symbolism is debated, it is highly likely that she represents the desecration of the Divine Mother, especially the darker warrior aspects of the goddess, as a precursor to the patriarchal religious traditions that would dominate the world. Principally, or principally, principalities involved. This is because all of the animals who composed of the chimera, which were the lion, goat, and serpent, were sacred to countless goddesses throughout Africa, Asia, and the Mediterranean. So they put them all together. Her symbolism is used here to warn against blind, destructive rage. Menhent was the Nubian and Commission goddess of war. She was a ferocious aspect of Sekhmet, who was eventually assimilated by the goddess Nut. Sekhmet transformed into Hathor energy, like going from red to blue, okay? Higher frequency. Commentary. Rage is a reaction to pain caused by the lack of or insufficiently expressed love. We feel we deserve to receive. Whether we become enraged by someone bumping into us or angry at the government for creating a law and knowing that doesn't support us, this definition will apply. There is great power in knowing this, because once we are aware that anger is a reaction to the pain we experience from not receiving the love we feel we deserve, then we can more effectively move past it. That's what I heard. I just wanted them to love me, and they didn't, and that's okay. The problem is that it is much easier for most of us to rant and rave about how mad we are about something or someone than to acknowledge that we are just plain hurt. I was able to do that. So yeah, I get it. The inability to admit to feeling pain and to deal with that pain then makes us more enraged, which eventually leads to retaliatory thoughts, which of course only leads to more rage. All we have to do is reflect on times in our own lives when we have deeply regretted having said or done something out of anger to know this is true. The majority of history books consist of little more than negative feelings was. Naturally, this inability to properly deal with rage has caused untold suffering and cost billions of lives. Though there may be disagreements among people about whether they have a right to be angry or not, all will certainly agree that unchecked anger can have no positive result. So let us not focus on the person or persons committing the wrongs, but rather try to bring the focus back to where it belongs, ourselves. It may be difficult, but the reasons for this are simple. First, the other party may not think they're wrong at all. Even if they do, they may be unwilling or unable to compensate you in a way you perceive to be satisfactory. Second, you put your emotional, physical, and spiritual health in jeopardy by holding on to your rage. And lastly, you could be planting seeds of hatred in the minds of the impressionable, such as children or otherwise, to whom you give guidance. This is, of course, the worst possible scenario, because by doing so, you are ensuring that your pain will remain a focal point long after you're gone. Who is to say that the major conflicts in the world today did not begin over a small beef between two myopic, selfish idiots? We can't know for certain, but what we do know is that someone somewhere got angry and taught others to remain just as angry as they were forever. Fortunately, there is a solution, and that solution involves the proper channeling of energy, not the denial of pain as some suggest. If the issue that made you angry is small, meaning the occurrence will not affect your entire life in any significant way, then acknowledge the nuance and let it go as quickly as you can. If we get into the habit of putting things into perspective, then we will become increasingly less annoyed when things don't go exactly as planned. If there is a delay, you spill coffee on your shirt, or someone looks at you the wrong way, it won't affect you as much. In the greater scheme of your life, it doesn't really matter, so don't waste time and energy pouting about it for the rest of the day or recounting the story to everyone else. Spirit is funny. Try your best to focus on what went right, and you will see that far outweighs the extra 5 minutes you had to wait for the grocery line to get moving. If the situation that enrages you is way more serious or perpetual, and you believe it does significantly affect your life, then you will have to take further steps to deal with your rage. Usually people feel angriest when they perceive themselves to be powerless against an adversarial person or cyclical condition. The result of feeling disempowered for any considerable length of time is that it puts a person in grave danger of losing hope that circumstances could ever be different, and that leads to both conscious and unconscious self-destructive behavior. 12th house. Neptune, Pisces. The reason for this is found throughout nature, that which no longer serves any useful function in its environment. In this case, the mind and spirit is unwilling or unable to adapt and eventually become extinct. Therefore, perpetual rage about anything must equal despair, and your despairing then becomes validation of the superiority of the adversarial person or condition by default, which gives them their greatest chance to not only survive, but to thrive well into the future, because you have agreed that they are stronger and therefore more fit to continue. Instead, seek ways to show yourself the love that they have not. Because this lack of love is what spawned the rage in the first place. For example, rather than getting angry because someone you care about repeatedly fails to give you attention, find ways to do more things you enjoy and spend more time with others who appreciate your company. Obsessing and remaining angry at others for not changing instead of focusing on improving ourselves is vain and ultimately ineffective. So, this is an indication that you've been hurt and maybe seeking refuge in rage as a way to cope with the pain. You are advised to recognize you're just hurt, to stop focusing exclusively on the rage, and to deal with the core issues so you may move forward with your life in a healthy, productive way, which is more love. The answer is love. The answer is love. That's the defense, is love. Abundance and helpful people are coming to your defense, or will be at your defense, or the defense, like a case, but defense rests or something. I just saw the Sagittarius card. So let me turn down the echo for a second. I saw the Sagittarius card, the angel, which is, air energy, and also messages, signs. Yeah, I just got, that was the Ace of Swords, the bird again. Okay. What message do you? Two of water. This is Neptune and Pisces. Okay. Oshun. Six of fire. That was the energy I was getting earlier about the book I posted on TikTok. Yeah, the village is the tower card. This is the second time I've seen this card today. The tower card, and we got rage here. But is there some type of connection that's being made here? Like, sorry, yeah. But there's some type of connection being made here with the two of water and Oshun. Oshun is the high priestess in this deck. The six of fire is, we have Jupiter, Mars, and Sag. And it's like a gang of people is here after this tower, and then the world card, Earth is behind it, which is new chapter. So something had to crumble in order for things to come back together. And it's like you gotta sit in the high priestess energy, be the high priestess, remind yourself who you are. So the six of fire is like someone is leading the way, and there's a woman being carried, and a bunch of men is carrying her. Who did that before? Who did a performance like that before? Somebody did a musical performance like that. I'm kind of thinking, was that Britney Spears? Moon Aquarius. Britney Spears, when she did Slay for You, she had the yellow snake around her with the green top. I think she was carried out when she first came out. I think. It's been so long since I've seen that, but I remember. Thankful for my memories. Yep, we got Father Sims here. Again, this is like a teacher, a guru, a philosopher. Five of Knives at the bottom. I got this black kyanite here with me. And the two sticks behind it. So it's like protection, protect, just watch, observe, don't, yeah. Even if you gotta look like the five of sticks here, just let it happen. Oh, something about a sun, the Son of Knives, the Four of Knives. Somebody is predicting something. Because I know the Son of Knives card talks about someone getting revenge. And the Four of Knives is a card about releasing and letting go. She got all her swords. Yeah, that's what the message was. The Three of Coins is the The reader. That was the message. Don't cast your pearls before swines. That's a message from the ancestors. And then the Six of Sticks again. So I'm going to stop here. Celebration. The prodigal is giving prodigal son has returned. Something like that. Okay. What kind of doing it? What's this here? Jupiter, Pluto, 49. Jupiter's in Cancer and it's retrograde. Pluto's in Aquarius. You have the conjunction. Mercury, Neptune at the bottom. Neptune just entered Aries and Mercury right now. It's going to hit a shadow period on Wednesday. I guess a lot of lies and deception is about to be shown because Pluto Aquarius is about knowledge and library. So there's going to be a lot of information. It's just going to be dropping on people all the time. Where's primitive? Conjunct sextile trine. This is easier energy. Primitive. You are imbued with an unreasonable sense of power. You have no regard for ordinary people's experiences or desires. Adaptive. You use your entitled position to uplift the powerless and bring help to the downtrodden. Evolving. As a leader of integrity, your power is used in partnership. You strive to ensure that all people impacted by a problem have interest and agency in the resolution. Like, do you want to change? Like Pluto. And then Jupiter is like, boom, let's make it big. Okay. So in conjunct, opposition square, primitive, Jupiter and Pluto. You tend toward the obsessive compulsive. You are easily carried away by negative ideas and narratives. Adaptive. You are skilled at deeply probing into big issues with incredible concentration. Evolving. You know how to be authentic and transparent, even amid profound difficulties. As you move through those challenges, you are able to see them as opportunities for intense growth. Evolution. Pluto again. Jupiter doing it on a bigger scale. So whatever deception there was, whatever deception there was, whatever fraud was done, or whatever, like the defense has abundance of helpful people to show cause or to show why this person is a father of sins, or like the Oshun, like the high priestess, like it's proof. Something that has been proven. Like, yeah, and then the hurt with the Tower card is like exposing hurt. So somebody, this Uranus square is going to show the trueness of those who are on the same vibration as you. And those who are not, it's going to be real. It might sting to hear this, but the liberation that comes with it will be worth it. I'm hearing dancing in the street, looking at the Six of Fire card. So there's going to be great relief. Yeah, somebody has something they want to tell you. You're trying to figure out how to start the conversation because they know the type of energy that's around you, and you deserve the protection and all. But it's something you need to see or something you need to know. And it's don't cast your pearls before swine. That's the ancestors' message, which is like know your worth. And then the strength card behind that Leo energy in this big. The sun energy, solar energy, confidence is about to be back on 30 million. The sun is about to be beaming. That could be a message for the weather. The sun's about to be beaming this summer, going into fall. That's coming 2026. Jupiter is going into Leo as well. So this is preparation for that. You want to see who people really are because when Jupiter Leo comes, the heart is going to tell it all. And it's not just for the bad, it's also for the good. That's the magic of messages, is that they go both ways. Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. Okay? A lot of Gemini men have very feminine features. Gemini women have very masculine features. Virgo energy tends to swing, be open to swinging. So, yeah, it's not. I mean, Mercury was a hermaphrodite. Like, it had both parts. It was one, you know. So now that it's been split in two, and to make a third, things got a little hectic down here. But now that all this Aquarius energy has people, tuning into their authentic frequencies, it's able to make the earth spin a certain speed now where we're heating up with, it's everything is happening materially. What I've been learning about frequencies is like the higher the frequency, or like the more waves the higher the wave, it's on the high frequency end versus the slower end, the lower end, or the cool side. But you want to be on the hot side. The hot side is the higher frequency because it's more energy. And not everybody can handle that type of frequency. And like this, the decisions have already been made. We're just seeing the physical split happening like at a slow rate, but it's still happening where things are being split and there is being birthed a new world. And it's going to be built by the Pluto Capricorn children. And the Pluto Aquarius will have so much knowledge. They come in with so much knowledge. All we're going to have to do is teach them how to ground, be connected to nature. So that means, finding ways to connect with the earth. Okay? So just like things negatively can be the illusion falling off or pain and rage, there could be, because rage is sacred. It serves a purpose of destruction with the Tower card to clear the path, remove things that's no longer working. And that could be like something coming in between, this Two of Cups. Like there's something that someone might feel is in between the Two of Cups, but it's nothing there. It's just you and you. And when you're in a meditative state, or when you're the high priestess energy, like when you can just sit in silence or you could sit still, like that's when the messages come, or that's when, with the Six of Fire, Jupiter connects to dreams. and as well as litigation and fairness. That's the right thing to do, is to go into that bad, because your ancestors is just trying to remind you that you're worth more. Okay, so maybe these people are not coming to save you from negativity, or these people will be coming to help you usher them out and focus more on here. This is going to be background noise because it's an abundance of helpful people versus this village. This village is done for. It's done for. There's nothing left here. It's like, Lot and his wife. Don't look back. So many songs is coming to mind. Okay. But yeah. And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It could be like you might be angry and annoyed about something with the Five of Knives that has to do with somebody not telling something or saying something but funny or uncomfortable, or you feel like you need more information. You need to go search deeper for why, what you're missing. But yeah, just tap into your craft, tap into your arts, get creative with this Three of Coins, get creative. And then the Seven of Coins is eventually you'll see when you put your time and energy into you creating whatever it is that you want, you creating your messages or receiving your messages from spirit, the connection with your ancestors grows stronger. Again, here's the defense, is abundance of helpful people. They're sending these people the Six of Fire and then the Six of Sticks, both the same cards that talks about a bunch of people surrounding someone in recognition. And it's like, what do you want to be recognized for? Primitive, adaptive, or mastery? Master of influence, Mercury, Neptune. Master of accepting great change, Jupiter, Pluto. Being able to teach it in return. It could be something positive too. Maybe the illusion of rejection had you blowing up the spot with the rage in the village. Fear of rejection, self-sabotage, like the rage card talked about. Self-sabotaging your own village, and either you're trying to defend someone, you're trying to protect someone, or protect something, but it's giving outside experience. And it's like, if you're not putting that energy more towards yourself, like the rage card was referring to, then it can lead to self-sabotage. But that's why the situation may be occurring with some type of negative force involved, even though it's still going to be a positive. It's always meant to be a positive thing, but it might be more positive than negative than the first message I was picking up. With these like light color cards, and then the gathering of recognition in a positive way. But the ancestors could be acknowledging something or acknowledging something in you. The Jupiter Pluto card, and it could be dreams, communication, stuff like that. Okay, trying to Uranus square Aquarius stellium, and Uranus rules Aquarius, so yeah. And it's in a sign Taurus, which is Gaia. And then I was putting this on my Twitter, they had children. The electricity had to ground itself into the earth. and receive whatever radiation it was given off. And, energy has an effect on energy because it's just affecting itself. It's creating and recreating itself. It's always going to be a force of nature that's going to move things at the right time. And I think that's also part of this defense is you have to know that it's abundance of help for people on both sides of the spectrum that are doing and to know and trust that you are safe and protected as we all should. We all should. God made it rain on the righteous and unrighteous. We all deserve to be happy. And even though we all make mistakes. So anyway, that's the reading for this time. I think that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and log out. I don't even know how long it is, but I did schedule myself next Friday to go live on the TikTok just to do some reading. It's a $13 donation for Friday the 13th to do a reading. It's a $13 minimum for the reading. And you can do it live or you can get a private link sent to you and I'll follow up with you when your order is ready. Just make sure when you send your money and make your payment that you include your phone number and or email address. But if you want to email me directly, you can email me at iamleminiscent@gmail.com. You can email me there. And you can email me that you're looking to do the Friday the 13th tarot reading special for 15 minutes. You get a reading on live TikTok at 9 a.m. Or you can get the reading in a personal link up to 15 minutes. And it's just $13 at the donation. If you want to tip more than that, you're welcome to. But 13 is just I guess that's the part we need to be focused on because, yeah, focus on this. Maybe I'll sleep on it. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Father, why is this card still here? I know something wanted to linger. Why is this card here? Mother of six. What about my mother? The big house. The tower card again. The freedom. Mother of knives. Five of knives. Don't tell him. I heard, don't tell him I told you this, but the father of baskets is the 10 of sticks, and he on his way to the 9 of knives. He's a John horse, which is an emperor, so patriarchal, like high up. And then we got Dr. Buzzard here, is justice, and the judgment, nine of coins, which is like protect. You know you're protected. Your assets are protected. You're protected. Everything that you earn and work for is protected. You know it with the two of knives. You here, Libra energy, confirming like you already know something is going on that you can't see that may be imbalance, creating an imbalance. But the Five of Coins is here. Your grandchildren, which is the star card, Aquarius and Florida. So yeah, you know you're being prepared for something new. Father, sons, and ancestors again. Someone is being prepared for something, like they're rising, they're being elevated into the Father, Son's energy. And the four baskets here is like, but do I have to? I just heard my daughter say, oh, Mom, but do I have to? You know how kids be, they don't be wanting to do nothing for real, because I know I did. I'm like, I want to do what I want to do for 5 minutes, quick. But yeah, you're being gifted something that you acting like you don't want. But Father Son know you want it, and it's a smile on your face. Okay. So something was found. Someone is free. Someone is busting out. That's what I heard, Nelly. I feel like busting loose. So somebody is free, or somebody is getting free. Someone has been freed, or something will be free. Something will be free. As you wish, is what I heard. You get whatever you wish. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and log out. Peace.